Well, good Sunday evening to everyone. Back to the regular routine of getting a video done on Sunday night where I can give a little review of last week and the week to come. Sorry, last week just got a little crazy between coaching events, a lot of things going on campus, and just my being busy. And it's no excuse for any of us, is it? So my apologies, but hopefully it looks like everything got through the week all right, because as is usual, all you have to do is ask a couple of questions about measuring the value of players and professional athletes, and a great discussion gets going. It almost becomes an argument sometimes, and we all wonder about what they're worth, why they're worth so much, why are some players worth more than others. But I think many people got to express a lot of opinions, but I also saw a lot of commentary about how we learned some things about the economic models and how player values are determined. So I think that was a fairly interesting chapter, segment, if you will, and looks like everybody did a very nice job, and I will try, as usual, to see if I can't get things done by at least midweek so we all know where we stand. This week we're going to move into one of the more interesting things, I think, that's out there, and we start polishing up, maybe because we haven't started in a roundabout way. We already have started, but we look more formally at the world of college and amateur sports, and in particular, the way I've chosen to look at this is through a different lens, and we're going to use the lens of the law Title IX, which brought a lot of change to college and amateur sport. And as many of you, I'm sure, already know, Title IX, which was a law that came into effect back in 1972, is the law that provided for equal opportunity for sport, for funding, for roster size, for everything that you can imagine in women's sports as well as men's sports at any institution that received any kind of federal funding. And it has fundamentally changed the character of college and amateur sports in this country, and by extension it's gone a little bit worldwide too. So to understand Title IX is to understand quite a few factors that affect not only the competitive nature of sports, the competitive balance of sports, but the business of sports and the economics of sports. Look at how many colleges have had to respond, and this week I think we have a nice mix of historical video, video from a major proponent of Title IX, one of the originators and one of the people who has championed Title IX for years, and then a very interesting video from a wrestling coach who's quite opposed to Title IX and shows you what he considers the dark side of it. But as you know, the father of two girls who went on and had a lot of sporting opportunities that they probably never would have had. One of my daughters was able to participate in Division I sports at Syracuse University in a situation that, you know, when I think about it, might not exist if it wasn't for Title IX. So there's a lot of things going on here, and I do hope you look at it and pay close attention to, as usual, the business and economic side of things. It's beyond an emotional argument. Take a look at it from a very analytical point of view. The other thing is, you'll find in this week, I wanted to introduce everybody to the final exam assignment. So, just like the midterm, you're going to have an exercise that I hope you'll find is rather interesting. I'm not going to give a test. Then, in a course like this, I don't think that's appropriate. I think it's more appropriate that we do some critical thinking and use the mechanism of almost simulating a work environment at a very high level to allow you to apply many of the concepts you that you've already learned, that you now have the chance to work with. So, sorry for getting a little tongue-tied there, but it's late Sunday evening and things are backing up. What I'd like you to do is read the instructions carefully and then ask any questions you have very early this week, because this way you're going to be able to get a jump on things, work for 2 weeks, get it done well. This class has been a real pleasure to work with, so I really expect nothing less from you guys. Okay, that's really the week in a nutshell. Thanks for putting up with the absence last week, maybe a little bit of absence of instruction and direction, but everybody did a great job, and just continue forward. It's been great. Thanks. Bye.